Hello there, my name is Aaron and I like to make things out of old toys and everyday junk. I'm by no means a professional, I do this just for fun, so mistakes will be made. And today's build is a post-apocalyptic tugboat. Try saying that 3 times fast after a few beers. So let's start scratching that build. I had this body wash container which was the perfect size. First mistake of many, I cut off the bottom which I really didn't need to do. When working with plastic it's always safety first, so using a wet wipe to wipe the container before sanding. This stops most of the plastic wafting into the air. I need to take this lid bit off, so I'll bring out the hobby saw and just cut away. I'm going to draw some lines just so, well, it makes it look like I know what I'm doing, but these lines I'll just totally ignore when I start chopping away at the plastic bottle. Totally disregarding my fancy line, I stuck masking tape down as a guide and cut a straight line. Now to fix all my mistakes I've already made, I found some 5mm foam board, traced the shape onto it and used a little crafter's magic. With the shape made, hang on, let me just take this masking tape off. Once the masking tape is off, I can glue that shape into the back of the boat, which means it's now watertight, well apart from that hole at the front, but let's gloss over that hole for a minute. For the floor of the boat, some more foam board is traced out. The floor texture is provided by this bit of non-stick mat I found underneath the chopping board in the kitchen. I just trimmed it to size and hot glued it to the foam board. And then I just glued that into place. Next, still while I had the foam board out, I made a little ramshackle cabin for the boat. This foam board has backing paper either side which you can easily pull away. He says while making a complete mess of that. I think I'll use the side that doesn't look like it's been eaten by rats and bats and scary monsters. With the foam board looking like an IKEA flat pack from hell, I assembled my cabin using hot glue and a lot of luck. To stop my boat sliding all over the table, I rustled up a makeshift couch for it to sit in, before hot gluing the cabin into place. Because the roof of the boat is curved, I'm going to be using some EVA foam so it's easier to cover. So I'm just going to cut these into tiny strips and then hot glue them onto the roof. I covered the foam board cabin with cardstock so it wouldn't melt when I applied the primer later on. Now the fun part begins, finding greeblies to bulk out the boat. Because I was thinking post-apocalyptic steampunk, I decided to do 2 sides completely differently. But before getting to that, I had to address the gaps in the cabin, which was easily rectified by using sprues to cleverly cover all the gaps and mistakes I'd made. I found a box of my finest greeblies and began the long, boring process of sticking random bits to the cabin. And once again, many of these pieces were from the Tug Boat collection. Because I hadn't thought of the build beforehand, I needed some way my tiny captain would be able to get into his cabin. No problem. I quickly rustled up a door using coffee stirring sticks, and nearly stabbed myself in the eye with a wayward stick that almost killed me. Using my trusty pokey stick, I scored lines into the wood to give it that wood effect. I made a frame for the door using thinner bits of the stirring sticks. And once complete, I stuck that puppy, well, it's not actually a puppy, it's a door, but you know what I mean. I stuck it to the cabin. I must stress there was no puppies hurt or involved in the building of this tugboat. Yeah, let's just move on. And that's what the boat looks like so far. Random bits of plastic stuck to each bit of the cabin. Now more magic. I started to book out the front section or the bow of the boat for budding sailors out there, and I only know that because I did a quick Google search for the terms of the meanings of the front and the back of the boats. Anyway, using more EVA foam, I kind of made the shape I was looking for. It was easier using the EVA foam, so I could get that curve of the bow that I was looking for. Listen to me, it's sounding all nautical. Anyhow, I added some more greeblies to the front. I found a random stand from one of my many model kits I use for scratch building and thought it would work perfectly for my tugboat, so with a little modification, oh dear, a lot of modification, I eventually made it fit. To make this boat look like a flying ship, 2 yogurt bottles stuck together with added greeblies placed under the boat. And that is getting placed at the stern of the boat. And yes, you saw right, it took 2, well, possibly 3 attempts to get these buggers stuck to the bottom of the boat. It's code word time. If you got here before skipping, then leave this code word before your comment so I know you actually watched the video. Also, please like and subscribe. And the code word is... That's one of those small little liquid bottle things that you use in your hand luggage at the airports. I'm just going to chop it down because I want to make it into, well, some sort of another buoyancy sort of, I don't know, into this really. I used a bit of plastic card and punched holes in it just to give it a little bit more texture, and that's going to get stuck there, so we could say it's a engine. I've nipped to the shop and found these sweet containers. I like the shape, so emptied it out, and it's like sherbet inside, but really sour. How kids eat this crap is beyond me. And no, I'm not going to taste it. Well, all right, I'll just one little dab. I'll just yeah, no. I added some EVA foam to the front so I could stick this junk bot piece into it with a hook so it looked sort of nautical, and did the same to the second barrel and then stuck them onto the boat. I have no idea what this thing is, but I liked it, so chopped it down. I'll use an old razor handle and cut out the rudder from foam board. I'm going to use some cardstock first to shape out a template to then cut that out of the foam board, and then from the foam board to the plastic art. Look, if anybody understands this, please do send a letter into the channel telling me that you understand what I'm trying to do. Basically what I'm trying to do is make a rudder, and as always I make it more difficult than it should be. Here I am just going to attach the razor handle to the makeshift rudder, and then once that is done I'll attach that to the inside of a soap dispenser, and there is my rudder. And making it look like I knew what that hole was there for all this time, I attached the rudder to the boat, and that is it. Well, it would be, but then I decided to add some more greeblies, and the red things are from a old broken down toy car that I just chopped up and just decided to add bits to either side of the boat. That's the roof getting stuck on, and then it's on to the priming. Just a quick shot of before what it looks like, and it just looks like well, lots of plastic things stuck together. So let's get this primed. Starting with the roof, a dark brown before I'll lighten it with more dry brushing and lighter colours. Because I'm a simple painter, the hull of the boat will be blue and anything else will be green. Then halfway through the painting, I took a left turn, so my colour palette kept changing. So what I'll do is I'll leave you with some shots before going to the reveal, which you've already seen in the banner, but stick for the reveal. So all that's left is for me to say thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and until next time, keep scratching that build, everybody.